In late February 2019, the Claim Technology leadership team visited India to meet with our vendor partners. The visit proved to be enlightening from a business and cultural standpoint, as they were able to experience firsthand a day in the life of our offshore team members, as well as strengthen not only our relationships with our vendor partners, but also with each other. Here's the trip in their words.
So the trip to India is really exciting for the traveler teams. I think we haven't been to India to visit our partner for a long time, over 4 years. That's what I've been told by our team members. So this is the opportunity for us to connect to our strategic partners in India so that we are aligned on what we are trying to accomplish.
This was my 8th trip to India, so I certainly was the most senior person on the visit, and what I really loved was seeing India through the eyes of those that were there for the first time.
Yeah, I think it was an outstanding opportunity. It was the first time we all were able to sort of meet with Tuan outside of the office setting. It's the only time we'd had an opportunity to do so. And that was real valuable, just, kind of getting to know the person as a person. And just spending time with my peers too. So, new leadership, the team still is relatively new. Barb only joined us a few months back. It was really the first opportunity we've all gotten to do that. And to do it in a setting where we're looking at the Taj Mahal or experiencing Agra Fort or Dubai, it was epic.
Thinking about, the fact that we'd be traveling together for the better part of 10 days, and, a large portion of that time being, in office with our vendor partners, meeting and understanding who they are and what their capabilities are. Using the outside time, the travel time there, the time at Taj Mahal, the time coming back, stopping in Dubai, was really an opportunity for the team, to get to know each other on a more personal level. And, getting to spend time just talking, in a social setting as opposed to work setting, really provides, a basis for the foundations that we're going to, leverage and support, throughout the time we're all here working together at Travelers. So it allows you to get to know people better. It allows you to, develop trust and confidence in a informal way that really, just adds another layer of complexity and strength to relationships that everything else is built on. So, I see that time as invaluable as the time we spent with our vendor partners because, quite frankly, it's, this core team that will help lead the rest of the organization through the transformation, and not just the vendor employees, but also the Travelers employees.
Everyone is super hospitable. They have candle ceremonies when you show up. They're so proud of their facilities and giving you a tour. Everybody's just happy to have you there. I mean, having a leadership visit really means a lot to all the employees there that support Travelers.
It was remarkable, and it felt a little bit different in each office, and never in a worse way than others. It was all really remarkable. Just from the entrance where there was sort of an amazing flower arrangement there to greet us, and an event to light the candles to symbolize what we were about to do together was fantastic, all the way to really rich, funny, impressive kind of cultural events that we got to do. And they were all, I'll have memories of those for a lifetime.
One of the things that always strikes me and that never gets old is when we're first greeted in every office. Typically there is a floral montage that is done on the floor that has symbolic meaning for either the region or the folks that are there. And the colors and the flowers, vivid and absolutely beautiful.
They, as part of their welcoming for us, did a ceremony, a dance which showed and exhibited Indian culture. Even the men danced for this. We actually had Santa Claus. They do celebrate Christmas. They had a fellow playing guitar there, kind of in between some of the interludes and on stage. And it was just a real festive and warm welcoming that we had.
Meeting the teams was something that we stressed as part of the planning exercise, right? So we didn't want to spend all of our time just in conference rooms with their leadership teams talking about relationship and the work. We wanted to actually get on the floor with the people who are part of the teams that actually do work for travelers, and it was amazing. Feeling the level of pride that those folks exhibited in being able to share with us, the work that they're involved in, to share with us their perspective on our culture and how they see themselves as part of our teams and our culture was just amazing. To walk through an offshore development center and see travelers emblazoned on the walls is phenomenal. It's even more than you see here walking around our buildings, right? So, meeting with the people who do the work was really, for me, the highlight of the trip. Getting to know the firms was also cool, but really it's the people who power the engine and the people who are most important. So, for me, that was the most important part of the exercise.
This is my third visit to India, and every time I go, I'm amazed at the culture. There's a lot of color, there's a lot of noise. It's like your senses get overloaded at some point. But it's good to also see the changes that have happened to the country over the last 5 years since my last visit.
At every town hall, and again, this has been historic for me, the questions that we get asked show a deep interest and understanding of travelers as a company. And I'm always impressed at the complexity and detail that our partners ask questions about travelers. It's very insightful and surprising. At least it was surprising my first few times. Now it certainly is a pattern, but doesn't cease to impress us on the knowledge and interest in travelers.
The hospitality from our vendor partners is like no other. They are so proud of their beautiful country, from their cultural ceremonies and dances to colorful cloths and beautiful jewelry and exotic flowers and spicy food. It's a feast for the senses, and I'm so grateful that they chose to share these wonders with us in such a special way. After my last trip to India, I was also astounded by their hospitality and ensured to pay it forward every time our partners visit us.
It's different. If you could drive in India, I think you could drive anywhere. The traffic flows like water.
That was really quite an experience there. I would say that, lanes are not rules, and they're barely even suggestions.
It's amazing when you think about how far or how long people have to travel to get into the office. In India, they don't speak in terms of miles of distance to the office, but in terms of minutes/hours that it takes people to get to work.
It's to show your appreciation and to connect with your offshore partners on the work that they do and let them know what's coming and what's next and how they can help us succeed our business goals.
A new appreciation for the folks that we have by walking in their shoes for at least a few days.
It really gave me a wonderful opportunity to bond with my colleagues in a way that's tough to do during the workday. And then, as always, meeting the people that are integral to our success is just priceless.
Bottom line, really excited about it, and I think it adds a lot of value to our long-term partnership with these strategic partners that we have.
The overall value of our India trip was strengthening Claim Technology relationships with our critical vendor partners and amongst the Claim Technology senior leadership team as well. I came to understand that our vendor partners sincerely missed us since it's been a few years since our last visit.
So for me, the overall value, it really is twofold. One, it's an opportunity for us to, go and spend time in the location where work occurs. I think for us, it's huge to be able to see that. It's easy to sort of disregard it when you're always at a distance when you're on the phone, but to be able to experience locally, to experience those individuals locally, it's huge. I think for the vendor side of the equation, the opportunity there is to be able to share with us who they are, right, and to help enrich that relationship from that level. So it's not just about the work, it's about the people, and those people now have faces and names that we know.